Alrighty, let's get started. Welcome everyone to the Middlesex County Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event with us. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Chelsea and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time. This is one of many sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation, as well as the others, are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Middlesex. Now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter, and that's going to be Wentworth Institution of Technology.
Okay, give me 1 second just so I can share my screen. And we'll get going. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Marissa Najarian. I am an assistant director of undergraduate admissions at Wentworth Institute of Technology, and I'm so glad you guys have taken the time to come today. So Wentworth, first off, is located in Boston, Mass. We were actually founded in 1904, specifically as an engineering institution. We are much more than that, and we'll jump into that in just a moment. But to give you our numbers, we're about 4,396 total undergraduates, more ranging towards males, as you can see, by our 77%, 23% female, 6 international, and 29% Alana. Okay. Under the umbrella of Wentworth, we do have 5 schools, including the School of Architecture and Design, Computing and Data Science, Engineering, School of Management, and Humanities and Science. So some of the majors that fall under there, of course, I'm not going to jump through all of them just to save up some time, but we do have our School of Architecture and Design, School of Computing and Data Science, School of Engineering, School of Management, and School of Science and Humanities, as I mentioned before. We do luckily have several options for our 4+1 program if you are interested in getting your master's degree. But of course, that's not something we need to focus on now. Let's focus first on undergrad, and then we can think about that going. So why Wentworth? Well, Wentworth is an action-oriented learning experience. So from day one, you're not going to just be sitting in a classroom reading a text. You're going to be working with the materials and machinery that you would normally be working with in the real world. So we also do have 2 multi-million-dollar state-of-the-art 3D printing lab, as well as scanners. All students are allowed to utilize it. And we do encourage students trying it for different projects, including architectures, using it for making bridges or certain aspects of their dioramas, all the way up to, of course, making things you can hold in your hand. Some people like to do keychains, but that's not everyone's style. We also do, in this picture right here that you can see, have our Accelerate Lab. So this is actually a space on campus dedicated for students to collaborate with other majors and to make a proposal for a potential funding project. So actually something that recently just came out of our Accelerate Lab has been a reusable K95 mask that's in the process of being sold to Boston hospitals. Something that really separates out Wentworth from some other institutions is that we do require all of our students and all of our majors to complete 2 co-ops in order to graduate. Fancy term for just a full-time internship where you're waking up every morning, going to work, and coming home. You're not taking any classes during this period of time. We do find that because of this, our students are getting hired immediately after graduation, with 96% of them already having been hired upon graduation or attending grad school. We also do have their starting salary at $64,000 on average. Some of the companies we've actually been able to get students with in the past for their internships have been Apple, Hasbro, iRobot, and Raytheon, just to name a few. Typically, this happens in their junior year, usually spring co-op, and then also your fall of your senior year. It also can have an optional co-op during your sophomore year. That also is if you are looking directly for architecture and design? What is the average salary and placement percentage for engineers? That is a great question. I do not have that at this point in time, but I can share my information and get that right to you soon afterwards. We have had Liv, who had 3 co-ops completed at Hasbro in their model shop and project design. We are a close community because of the fact that we only have 4,500 students on campus. We do have class sizes as low as 12, but on average, they're about 18. It's really depends on the major. We have 16 students for every 1 faculty member, and all of our classes are taught by faculty members. We do have 4 years of guaranteed housing, which is great, especially because we are located in Boston. We, of course, have clubs and organizations, as well as we are Division III varsity sports. I'm just going to hop over to our admissions and financial aid since we're coming up on the end of my time. So we do have 2 rounds of early action. As you can see, this has about a 1-month turnover, November 15th and January 15th, with regular decision being February 15th and April 1st as the when you'd get your results back. And then, of course, the Common App is where you can find us. For architecture and interior design, we do not require portfolio, and we are SAT and ACT optional. We also do scholarships to as well. And I'm coming up on my time, so thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing all the information. Next up, we have Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics.
Good evening, all. Happy to be here with you. I'll go ahead and share my screen. My name is Brandon with PIA, the Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics. Simply stated, what we do is provide the education and training necessary to put our graduates in a position to succeed in the fields of aviation, aerospace, robotics, and beyond technologies. PIA has been in existence for over 90 years, actually founded out of the Glenn Curtiss Orville Wright Flying Service, one of the oldest aviation schools in the world. So nice history to be able to rely on in that sense. What I want to share that makes us so unique at PIA is we are focused on hands-on education, having our students be able to live out the lessons they learned by working on actual aircraft. Every one of my campuses, which I'll get into, has planes, jets, helicopters for our students to actually be able to work on and be able to experience their education. We find this not only properly prepares them for the industry, but really has students thrive in our program by not only being able to get the theoretical foundations, but really be able to see technology in work, how it comes together, and how they can play a part in innovation, design, repairing, maintenance, avionics, all the different aspects that allow aeronautics to be possible. PIA graduates have gone on to work at NASA, SpaceX, Aerojet Rocketdyne, technology companies like Lockheed Martin, Aerojet Rocketdyne, for commercial airlines, Boeing, Piedmont, Southwest, Delta, for medical transport companies like Stat Medevac. Disney will hire our graduates to work on roller coasters, motorsports, so many different avenues under the umbrella of aeronautics or even beyond. If it moves mechanically, my graduates are qualified to work on it. You can find a full list of where our grads are working at pia.edu/career-services, as well as some great information. Not only do we educationally set our students up for success, whether it be resume writing, whether it be interviewing skills, whether it be even holding job fairs on campus, which is very unique, where employers will send representatives to our campus to make offers to our students approaching graduation. Not uncommon for a PIA student approaching graduation to have multiple job offers in place if they choose to graduate and start work immediately, perhaps that Monday following graduation. Nice to do that. And one of the reasons they're given so many of these opportunities, we are ranked Forbes #1 two-year trade school based on a plethora of factors, some of which you see right there, which is a great honor for our school, but really allows our students to get the foot in the door for some of these amazing career paths I spoke of. What you will not find at PIA is large lecture halls. We have small class sizes where our students really get to, as I said, spend 60 to 70% of the time in our hangar working on aircraft. Also allows our instructors who have hundreds of years of combined industry experience to serve as mentors for our students in the educational sense and also in the professional guidance sense of what their career will look like. I always like to give a little sneak peek into our campus because while I will encourage each and every one of you to physically tour our campus, I think my job today is to shine a light on what our quote unquote classroom looks like. So let's take a peek into what it looks like to be a student at PIA. Working in small groups in our hangars absolutely simulates the industry. Teamwork is such an essential part of this industry, and that's built right into our program. Whether it be in the mechanical side or the innovation and design side, knowing how things come together and being able to work with others to achieve goals as grand as humans in flight, which I'd argue is one of the greatest accomplishments in humanity and human history. And now we extend that into aerospace, where we set our sights beyond the skies to the stars. Some amazing advancements we've seen just this summer with some of the launches that some of our grads have actually taken part in that technology and putting in a position to succeed. I'll give you one more little peek because I love this. It gives you a little bit of a wider view of our hangar to see a larger scale of the aircraft that our students are working on. One of our aircraft at our Youngstown campus was actually donated to us by NASA because a graduate that was working there when they were going to decommission it said, I know the perfect place for it, that this will help not only young people getting into the industry or anyone getting into the industry, but really serve a purpose to prepare the next generation of professionals that'll take this industry to the highest heights. Yes, pun intended with that. Pride, purpose, and prestige is our tagline. And that's honestly what I'd want with any of you in your career, for you to feel about your educational experience and your ultimate career destination. While we are the Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics, we actually have branch campuses in Youngstown, Ohio, Hagerstown, Maryland, right over the Pennsylvania border, and right off the beach in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. At our Pittsburgh main campus, we offer 21-month associate and specialized technology degree programs, where at our branch campuses, we offer 16-month certification programs. We offer aviation maintenance technology and aviation electronics technology as our programs, and our aviation maintenance technology program as an associate in specialized technology or 16-month certification both culminate in students having a chance to test for and obtain their Federal Aviation Administration certification, legally qualifying them to work on aircraft. Some of the skills with aviation maintenance, I simply say it's the brawn of the aircraft, the physicality of the aircraft, where avionics is more the brain, only offered at our Pittsburgh campus as an associate in specialized technology degree, but culminates in students being able to test for and obtain their FCC general radio telephone operator's license, giving them that specialized set of skills that really sets them apart in the industry. And we also do have an option for a dual ticket to do both programs in 33 months, something one of our amazing admissions representatives can work with you on. I love to put a face to the name. Some alumni spotlights I'll share quickly. Chris Hoffman actually worked on the industry famous Falcon 9 rocket in his time at SpaceX. Now he's working at Astra Aerospace. Matthew Trowbridge works at Constant Aviation on the innovation and design side, building aircraft, while Kate Fulmer worked at NASA and now is over at Blue Origin. And Bryce Wayrich is at GE Aviation. So many different streams under the river of aeronautics, if you will. If you are watching this right now with me live, I will have your information shared with me, and I'd love to have someone reach out to extend an invitation to one of our open houses, answer your question, or we even have virtual, a senior aviation day coming up where you can attend right from home. Well, it is a qualification to physically tour our campus and to walk in and see the larger and light aircraft. Nothing can simulate that. But some of the virtual events are nice as that medium step in between. If you're watching this recorded, you can email me at bweiss@pia.edu, and you can simply put the name of this event in the headline, Edison High School, Middlesex Fair, and I will have someone reach out. Include your phone number if you want someone to reach out that way, text message, email, however you prefer to be contacted. We have an amazing admissions team that whatever, it's a question to invitation to a tour, can take care of that need. Whatever it is any of y'all do, I wish you the best and brightest future. And I think you all took a step towards that today by being here, exploring your educational options, because that's when we become most empowered for the best path for us and our future. So thank you so much for your time. Any questions I got during my presentation, I will type and address in the chat box right as soon as I conclude. Thank you and have a good rest of your evening.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to move on now to New York Institute of Technology.
Great, thank you. All right, hi everyone. My name is Harsh Mehta. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions at NYIT. And just like it says in NYIT, we are based in New York. So we're not that far from New Jersey. We're over the bridge or under the tunnel, depending on how you plan on coming to campus. Just like we have in New York, we have 2 campus locations. So we have one that's in New York City itself, right in Midtown Manhattan, right across the street of Central Park, 59th Street, Columbus Circle is where we're basically housed. Our second location is in Old Westbury. So that's much more of a traditional campus. It's a 156-acre campus. It's definitely up to you on which campus you like to attend. Majority of our majors are available on both, and I'll talk about my majors a little bit later on. But however, I call this my fun fact sheet. These are all our fun facts about New York Tech and things that we're very proud about at New York Institute of Technology. We are a STEM focused school, so a lot of our programs are going to go directly into your major. We don't offer liberal art programs. Something that I love to always talk about is that we are a small school. So our student body combined for undergrad is about 3,400 students, and our student to faculty ratio is 11:1. And when I say 11:1, I'm really serious. Our smallest classroom size currently is about 4 students. Our largest size is about 15, and those usually only happen for our public speaking courses. Something to take away from this as well, we are ranked the #1 most diverse student body group. So we have tons of diversity on campus. The colleague next to you will be from Africa. The other one behind you could be from even Hawaii. So definitely something to look into when you're looking for colleges. And lastly, on this slide, I love to talk about is our employment rate. About 94% of our students are employed. So 4 or 5 of our interns do get placed for a job after they graduate NYIT. So those are some things we also talk about at New York Tech. Something you'll constantly keep hearing from me is all about doers, makers, innovators, and reinventing the future. Those are our mantra at New York Tech. So although we are a tech school, we have 6 schools that within New York Institute of Technology and offer over 90 programs. Of course, we have architecture, engineering, graphic design, digital arts, and more importantly, we have a School of Health Profession that's only on our Long Island campus, as well as our College of Osteopathic Medicine. So any of your students are looking for medicine, it's majority of it are our Long Island campus. However, our School of Business and across the board, majority of those majors are available on both. When I talk about majors and programs, of course, we're all about success. So we do have combined programs at New York Tech, as well as accelerated programs. We are still test optional at New York Institute of Technology. The only programs that still require ACTs or SATs are my combined life sciences program. So those are to the left of the screen, which are all the occupational therapy all the way down to physician assistant. As of fall 2022, we also are going to launch the first combined medical program at our New York City campus. So if any of you students are looking to the field of medicine or becoming DOs, we're also opening it on our New York City campus, as well as the traditional old campus that's in Long Island. Something also to look into is their accelerated master's program. These are 4+1. So any of you students are looking for architecture or engineering, we have combined programs and all of this comes down to saving time as well as money. So that is something that we definitely advocate and talk about at New York Tech. More importantly, we also have minors that you could add to your course. So although we are a STEM Polytech plus school, unfortunately, students are unable to double major at New York Tech. However, you're more than welcome to add 1 to 2 minors. So these are all the minors that we offer at New York Tech. Your minor, of course, doesn't have to be pertaining to your major. So definitely use that opportunity to be flexible and use that opportunity to add more charisma to your belt. Try a major that you definitely didn't think about. Something I know definitely is common between my engineering students is some of them take a minor in graphic design or business. So definitely look into your minor options, and you can start doing minors as early as your freshman year of your second semester. More importantly, I love to always say this, is getting involved. We are based in New York City as well as a busy part of Long Island. So we definitely have tons of opportunities for students to get involved. And so we have over 60+ organizations and clubs. Currently, we are not having sports at the school due to COVID. However, we are a D2 division school. So we're hoping to have sports at the end of next summer. But although we do have intramural sports, we also have esports, we also have a robotics team, we We also are going to launch our study abroad program as of the next fall. So those are definitely some key factors to look into New York Tech. If there's a club on this that you want to be part of, we do tons of social events in the spring as well as in the fall. And more importantly, I'll talk about it as well, and I'll share my contact that we're also hosting a virtual open house. And those are great ways to also see what clubs and organizations we have. So definitely is very important as a student to get involved. And I know this is going to perk a lot of parents' ears as well as open up their eyes on the screen, is that although we are a private school at New York Tech, our tuition is about $38,000. We offer merit-based scholarships. Our merit-based scholarships are strictly based off of your GPA. So we do go on a 4.0 scale. I know in Middlesex County and Edison, we're on a 6.0 scale. So we definitely look into that, and we definitely do the course and grades evaluation. Our merit-based scholarships stay with you all throughout your 4 years, as well as we have additional scholarships pertaining to your major. So those are some things that you could definitely email me and we could definitely talk about it. Last but not least, stay connected. We are working virtually as well as remotely and in person on campus. If you guys definitely want to come for a campus tour, more than welcome to do so. You could definitely take a screenshot of the screen, and I'll definitely put my contact information in the chat box. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, you are next.
Unmuting is good. Hi, guys. I'm Jennifer Yeager. I am here from Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. As my slideshow loads, I just wanted to tell you we are the very first Polytech school in the Western Hemisphere, so we're very happy about that. We are coming up on our bicentennial in 2024. We were founded back in 1824. And to start out today, I'm going to show you a little mini video that we use as a promo so you can see some of our students in action. The one thing I do want to share before we do that, because I always forget at the end, is we have fall open houses coming up very quickly. We have October 23rd, and we're welcoming students to campus for that open house. We also have November 13th on campus, and we're having a virtual session November the 14th. So write that in on your calendars and come see us. And here's a little promo for you so you can see the students. And we like to jump to this screen. The thing I like to focus in on, these are our fast facts about Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. We are a mid-sized research university, so that's R1 research. And the main emphasis here is that students are able to jump in and do research in their freshman year, as early as second semester freshman year. So we have the tagline, why not change the world? And we like to say that students are able to use that and accomplish change in the world by focusing on projects, research, and the application of knowledge. Right here, we have a first year retention rate of 92%. So that's from freshman to sophomore year. And we really can chalk that up to the fact that students at Rensselaer start out through a competitive application process. Once you're accepted, very collaborative. With about 6,200 undergraduate students and a 13-to-1 faculty to student ratio. You get to know your teachers. They have office hours for you, and they will accommodate you. They can do that as a mid-sized research university. Those supports, plus the support of our first year experience team, talking to students about how you can transition from high school to college, tutoring services for students that have never needed tutoring before, but it is a very rigorous curriculum. And we also have academic advising hubs and also faculty advisors for each single student. So with all all these levels of support, that's how we're able to attain that 92% retention rate. So we are in Troy, New York, about 10 minutes outside of the capital city of Albany. We have small cities in upstate New York, 50,000 in Troy, about 100,000 in Albany. We also have about another 12 universities. So we really do cater to college students, tons of cafes, tons of tea houses, lots of great places for students to get things to eat. And that's why our students really like to visit Troy. And we do have 5 academic schools shown on purpose as a Venn diagram. The thing and the point that we like to drive home over and over is the interdisciplinary nature of our programming. So we have 5 academic schools. All students are going to take 24 credits in our humanities, arts, and social sciences to give them that breadth of education. And that's a good jumping off point for students to declare a minor outside of their chosen major. Really quick, I like to go through the overview of our program so you know what we have available. I'm just checking my time. So School of Architecture, 2 different degree programs. There's the B-Arch, our 5-year pre-professional program that gets students ready to sit for licensure as an architect. The BS in Building Sciences looks at the systems within a building. You might be a consultant in an architecture firm looking at lighting and acoustics and things like that. 11 different types of engineering currently at Rensselaer. About 55% of our student body is engineering majors. And many students will come in as undeclared engineering, totally fine. Students still graduate within 4 years if they declare their major by the end of sophomore year. Here's our School of Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences, also known as HAAS. Newest program here is Biotechnology and Health Economics. And our biggest program in HAAS is Games and Simulation Arts and Sciences. We are very lucky that we have students that do startup gaming businesses, and after graduation will set up shop, literally, in Troy and Albany, New York, as part of that gaming culture. We have our business school, the Lally School of Management. 2 degree programs, BS in Business Management. You can see the concentrations listed. And still very new, BS in Business Analytics. This is a field that's really up and coming. Companies across the world need business analysts. They are going to model data, work with data, and then teach and lead people how to use this data in the day-to-day workings of the business. This is also an AACSB accredited program, which less than 5% of business schools are. School of Science is our second biggest school, 30% of students in the School of Science. Lots of different pathways here. Computer science is our biggest program overall. And I always like to shout out our 7-year accelerated physician scientist program, 3 years at Rensselaer, and then 4 years at Albany Medical College. And thank you so much, Middlesex County. And that's Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Next up, we have Massachusetts Maritime Academy.
Yes, hi, good evening. My name is Joanne Robertson, and I am one of the admissions counselors at Mass Maritime. And we will start our presentation. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit tonight about Massachusetts Maritime Academy, which is your leadership university. If you're looking for a great education and an opportunity to gain those leadership skills that are going to count when you get out into the real world, certainly this is a great place to start your adventure. Some quick facts. We are located in Buzzards Bay, Massachusetts, about an hour south of Boston, right on the Cape Cod Canal. And we have about 1,600 undergraduate students. We are a public university of Massachusetts and one of the 6 state maritime academies. STEM-based education with a regimented campus life. And we have 15 Division III varsity athletic teams, as well as some very active club and intramural teams. So we have 7 spectacular majors: marine engineering, marine transportation, facilities engineering, energy systems engineering, emergency management, or as I like to refer to it, criminal justice on steroids, international maritime business, and marine science, safety, and environmental protection. So we may only have 7 majors, but within those 7 majors, the career pathways are numerous. You can find yourself in an energy systems lab working with a Tesla. You can work through our facilities engineering. Students have gone to NASA. They're also working in very many large facilities, such as where my New England Patriots are located, down in Foxborough. International maritime business majors are going to be helping to unlock that blockage over in LA and get all those goods and toys onto the shelves for Christmas. So within all of those degree programs, you have a lot of opportunities. Learn to learn is our philosophy. So in other words, you're doing a lot of hands-on active education. Experiential learning with a STEM focus is a huge part of that. And we offer careers on land and at sea. So the regiment, it's a very important part of our academic experience as well as our student life. It's designed to build character and leadership skills, and enhances our academic programs and contributes to career success because employers know that a Mass Maritime graduate has already accomplished much even before they graduate. It acts as a leadership lab on campus. Many institutions will tell you that they offer leadership opportunities, but at our institution, our students are the leaders of our student body, to the point where a squad leader will have 60 students for whom they have to take care of and indoctrinate and help get used to the academics and the student life at Mass Maritime. So the opportunities are excellent for you to put on your resume. Campus life, we do have fun in addition to all of the learning that takes place and all of the structure and discipline of the regiment. We have the Division III athletics team shown here. Also student government, club and intramural events, Emory Rice Day, which every year is a time out for all of our students to get into their civilian clothes, casual clothes, and hang out on inflatables and play some sports across campus, as well as food trucks that pop up every now and again. Last week, we had churros and empanadas as part of our Hispanic Heritage Month. What type of student are we looking for? Emphasis on GPA and academics, and strength in science and math. Energy Systems Engineering is our honors engineering program, so we're looking for a great achievement in the classroom there. And emergency management is our most popular major. You can apply online or via the Common App, and we are test optional for this fall. Scholarships are available. You need do nothing more than apply to Mass Maritime, and we'll evaluate you for a scholarship opportunity. So I invite you to learn more. We are fully in person. All of our students are fully in person in classes and in their activities this fall. We have interviews available via Zoom or in person. If you're fully vaccinated, you can come to campus. Again, we have open houses as well, scheduled for November 6th, November 20th, December 4th. If you're fully vaccinated, please join us on campus. We also have virtual tours available, as well as some virtual information sessions. You can find out about all these opportunities by going to www.maritime.edu and go to Visit MMA. Our early admissions deadline is 11/15. Priority admissions is in February. So that ends my presentation for this evening. And if you have any other questions, you can certainly contact the Office of Admissions at admissions@maritime.edu. I thank you very much for your attention tonight, and I look forward to hopefully seeing some of you on campus as well.
Thank you so much. And next up, we have Harrisburg University.
Hello, everyone. I'm from Harrisburg. My name is Andrew, and I'm going to get my presentation going. Okay, yeah, so I'm from Harrisburg University. Harrisburg is, actually, I should be able to see this stuff. So Harrisburg is located in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is the, oh crap, I didn't do the screen share. Sorry about that, I didn't do the screen share. I believe I didn't. There we go, that looks better, okay. So yeah, I'm from Harrisburg University. Harrisburg is located in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is the state capital. And Harrisburg is overall a science and technology school. So we focus on things that have to do anything in science. We're really well known for anything that has to do with computers. And we're also very well known for programs in gaming, which I'll go over. So just a couple little things about Harrisburg. We're top 15% for overall diverse colleges in the country. We're one of the best colleges in Pennsylvania for your money. And actually, we are definitely one of the most affordable universities in the state. Definitely one of them. We're very focused on one of the best programs for geological and earth sciences. We have the best esports program as far as athletics go. Our esports teams win very often. We have really great scholarships, not just for gaming majors, but for all of our majors. One of the best colleges to study forensic science, which is not something you can find everywhere. And we're one of the most innovative regional universities in the North. And that has a lot to do with the fact that we're a newer school. We started in 2006. So we are very innovative in our programs, and they're constantly changing. So just real quick, just show you what our majors look like so you get an idea as to what we have going on at Harrisburg. And I'm not going to go over all these because they're not all the most popular, but I'll go over some of the more popular majors that we have. So if you're someone that is interested in computers and you want to learn how to code, Harrisburg is a great school for that. If you want to get into the medical field, we have a program in biotechnology, which is all about using DNA technology and organic materials to create medical solutions. And then we also have a program in, I'm just going to switch through, in what's called integrative sciences, which is kind of our foundational science program. And that's a great pre-med program if you want to study biological chemistry. And then also another program that's very popular with Harrisburg that we're pretty well known for is our interactive media program. Within that program, there's a couple different majors, but the two that are most popular are advanced media production, which is basically teaching students how to be multimedia creators. So you learn a bit about video production, graphic design, a little bit about audio production. You learn how to do website design. So you can kind of do a bunch of different types of media creation. And then one of our more popular majors is our purposeful game design program. So if you want to become a game designer, we're one of the best programs you can go into for that. And one of the reasons is we're most affordable. And also our program teaches you how to create purposeful games as opposed to entertainment games, which tends to be an industry that's a lot easier to get into. And also it's very easy to go from the purposeful game industry to the entertainment gaming industry. So we're a really great option if you want to learn how to be a game designer. And then lastly, we are also very well known for our esports program, both our athletics and also our major that we have in esports. So if you're someone that maybe wants to work in the gaming industry, but you don't really think that you'll be someone that'll be making games, in that esports program, you're going to learn about the monetization of playing video games, which nowadays is a huge industry. So if you're a student that loves Twitch, you love YouTube, you love video games, and you also have like a love for social media and creating communities, or you want to learn how to create communities, that's a really great program, really great for like entrepreneurial minded students. And then as far as esports go, I mentioned our esports program that we have, our major that we have. We also are one of the best esports teams, or have two of the best esports teams in the country. So if you are a student that wants to be around video game culture, you want to be around a lot of gamers, this is a great school to go to. It's definitely a part of our culture at Harrisburg. As far as admissions go and scholarships go, Harrisburg is a very accessible school. We are a nonprofit institution, so our goal is to make our science and technology education as accessible as possible. So there's a couple ways we do that. One is our admissions requirements are what I would kind of say pretty forgiving. You don't need to hand in SATs or ACTs, and we recommend that you have about a 2.7 when you're applying. If you have under a 2.7, let's say you have like a 2.5, I still encourage applying. We'll probably waitlist you and do an interview and see what things are, what's going on and why you may maybe have lower grades, or what's going on in your last couple of years, or extracurriculars or things like that. But otherwise, usually students with a 2.7 will get into Harrisburg or above. And what really comes down to with your GPA is your scholarship. So something unique about Harrisburg is we offer every single undergrad a scholarship. So just if you get the lowest scholarship, which is $11,000, that $11,000 instantly cuts your tuition in half. So we are definitely one of the most affordable options as far as a lot of the different kind of programs we have, like with computer science and game design. And if you have, our student is doing really well in high school and you have somewhere around a 3.8, that's going to give you about a $16,000 tuition. That's going to make your tuition about $8,000 total a year. And that's before you even put your financial aid in and see what happens with that. So how to apply to Harrisburg? Harrisburg is pretty easy to apply for. We are on the Common App. We also have our own application that you can go to, and there's no application fee. So it's really easy to apply to us if you want to. And basically, if you want to, the reason you'd want to apply to Harrisburg is, you really want to get into some kind of science and technology field. You're really focused on that. That's exactly what you want to get into. And we're not really a great school for figuring out what you want to do. We're a great school for getting really good at what you want to do. So that's pretty much Harrisburg. And my name's Andrew again. If you want to reach out to me about questions, you can have my contact info right there. And yeah, if there's any questions, I could answer them now.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Yep.
Alrighty. So at this point, I'd like to welcome everyone back onto screen. We're going to do a quick question so students and participants can hear from you one more time. So we're going to start with Wentworth Institute of Technology. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Thank you. Yeah, some advice that I would give is, first off, make sure that you are, we have essays included in our application. It is the topic of your choice, but the advice I would give is to make sure that a family member reads over it, do some editing, and then obviously try to give some more insight onto who you are. As I could probably say for a lot of my colleagues, we want to see why you are interested, what inspires you, maybe an obstacle you overcame. But we really want to get to know you as a person, and that you're not a number, you're an individual. So the more information, the easier it is.
Wonderful, thank you. PIA.
My advice would be to explore your options, look into a community college, a trade school, a four-year school, and really know the options available to you, because there's no set correct course educationally or career-wise. It's really what is best for you, your personality, your passion, and your ultimate goals. And I think the only way you really find that is exploring options like tonight, but also touring campus and seeing where you fit in. One more piece of organizational advice that I want to give: create a separate email. Like for me, it might be Brandon College 2022. So many times our email is innovated with all different bits of mail we get from streaming services and different things. If you have this one email for college exploration, it's a one-stop shop that you can get the important information and not miss replying back from schools once you begin the application process. That's a great way to stay organized and really keep separate the personal and the educational exploration side of what you're doing with life.
Awesome, thank you. New York Institute of Technology.
I think Brandon nailed it. Like, I think he said everything that usually comes in the college search process, but I definitely second what he said. Definitely create a separate email for the college. Colleges send a lot of information out, so it definitely gets lost, especially once you submit an application, if something's incomplete. But definitely visit. I think we're in a great era right now where a lot of things are virtual. Sometimes the colleges you don't think of going to sometimes is the one that you're going to go to because you just love being on campus. It makes you feel like you're at home. So definitely look at your options and just don't think of a college too far from home. Just go out there and just visit it.
Thank you, that's great. Some advice from Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute.
My advice is communication. So this kind of piggybacks off what everybody else has been saying, but you have to be in constant communication. If it's a school that you're really interested in, if you're having any problems, reach out to us and let us know. No problem is something that we can't help you handle, but if you're stressing about it on your own and not handling it, it might be something that impedes your admission process.
Thank you so much. And advice from Massachusetts Maritime.
So even though this is a time of high anxiety, try to remember that it should also be a time of a lot of excitement for you. And 2 ways to tamp down that anxiety are to stay organized and remember that you have value in this process. So go in confident, put your best foot forward, and every college and institution will be there looking to help you.
Awesome, thank you so much. And Harrisburg.
Yeah, I think something that I noticed as I've gotten older and seen my friends go through different things and myself, I think you definitely want to try to understand the cost of college before you make a decision. You do not want to get in this mindset of later me is going to figure it out. You want to kind of put yourself in the position of 4 years from now, what options are you going to have based off whatever it is the cost of college is doing to you. So you got to understand, you know, if you take out too many loans for college, that's going to impact your opportunities you have after college as far as what kind of jobs you can go into. You want to consider, let's say, I mean, for example, like we have game design. If you want to go into a career like game design, for example, and I just use this because it's kind of like a passion career. You want to consider, well, how are loans going to affect me when I graduate and I want to go into a field like game design or something that has to do with passion like that. You want to make sure you give yourself the opportunity to not have to only take jobs that are going to replenish your loans. You want to make sure that those loans are lower so you can take any opportunity to get your foot in the door when you graduate. And you don't want to just have this mindset of like 22-year-old me is going to figure it out. You want to really try to figure it out now so that you're in a better position in life in general, because those loans really could dictate where your position as far as your financial stability and what options you can have in the future. So I would say really, really think about that now, because you're going to set yourself up for success if you do it right.
Awesome. Thank you. That's a great way to wrap up for us. So thank you, everyone. Presenters, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time and everything. This was wonderful to listen to. And participants, thank you for being here with us and spending your evening with us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a quick 5-question survey. We appreciate any feedback you can provide. And there's another session after this, so we encourage you to check back to the schedule if you are interested. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as the other recordings at strivescan.com/Middlesex. Thanks so much, everyone, for being here, and have a wonderful afternoon.